Hi, very good evening to you. This is Darren from EnglishTuition.org. I'm going to call it a day very soon. I've just finished my teaching and I just want to make last and final video for the day before I call it a day. And in this video, I want to talk about the issue of memory. Students, when they learn, they tend to have this problem, right? When at first they get in touch with something, over time, if they don't use whatever knowledge that they've picked up during the lesson, they tend to forget about the knowledge and the information. Now let's talk about some of the reasons as to why it's so easy for students to forget the knowledge that they have learned. Now the number one reason that I can think of right now that just pops up into the top of my head is that many students are not convinced that the education that they are going through is going to be beneficial to them and that it has a very big impact on their future. So as a result, they find that they do not have this motivation, right, to put their heart and soul into the learning, right? Some students, they have this natural curiosity and they have a high level of interest for the subjects that they are learning. For these students, they generally have an easier time learning and remembering the knowledge that they have. So I think what we can do to help the students remember the knowledge better is instead of just giving them all the very dry materials to try and memorize, alright, or just to use rote learning and ask them to do spelling and dictation, I think it is a better approach to try and heighten their interest, right? Try to develop their interest in the subjects, right? For example, because I teach language, right? And some students, when I ask them if they read anything at all, and then many of them will actually come back and tell me that they do not read anything at all because, first of all, they hate the subject. Second of all, they hate reading, right? So why should they pick up a book and read something just because we adults say so? So then I will try to ask them if, alright, let's put reading aside. Is there anything else that interests you? What I'm trying to determine is the subject matter at hand. And if I can find that that the student is interested in a particular subject, maybe I can use that as a starting point for the children. Now, when they're at a younger age, for example, in a primary school, I sometimes even go to the extent of recommending some comics, right? As long as the comics use proper English and does not use vulgarities. So I think those are proper materials that can help to spark the interest. Of course, just reading comics alone in the long term may not help in essay writing or composition writing, but it is a good starting point, right, to help the child to become more interested in the particular subject. And I think this approach should not be just does not only just apply to English. It applies to all the different other core subjects as well, Chinese, maths, and science. And of course, some experts, right, may recommend that we can use memory aids like using mnemonics to try and memorize certain difficult to understand concepts or formulas, or certain complicated structure, right? I think while it is useful to use mnemonics to try and memorize stuff, in the long term, it is always better to try and understand the subject matter at hand. So when we understand something, we find that we can actually recall stuff very easily, right? In the long term, this helps to reduce stress, and it actually helps the student to be able to, stuff more knowledge into the brain. Okay, now there's a limit to how much the brain can remember stuff, right? But there seems to be no limit to the amount of knowledge that we can understand. So I think if you adopt this approach, there's another effective method to let the student remember more stuff and learn at a faster rate. And because they can build on that knowledge base that they already have, they will in turn experience less stress. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please again remember thumbs up or thumbs down if you dislike the video. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please head on to the YouTube page, subscribe to the channel, or just follow me in the Facebook page, or you can join the Facebook group. I'll leave the links in the comment section or in the description under this video. Alright, thanks, and I'm calling it a day. and good night. Bye.